Hello everyone, Kyle here from Deluxe Collectibles, and today class is in session on Masters of Brickjitsu. Our lesson today will be on the history of LEGO school buses and the lack thereof. Seriously, we need some more of these. Therefore, we'll be taking a look at the limited selection, including the good, the bad, and the ones that we need in the future. To preface before we kick off, I won't be including any Duplo school buses, but otherwise everything else is on the table. So starting off, let's run through all the mini buses. First up is a classic theme school bus from the Bricks and Wheels set, sporting a very traditional design, however leaving a lot to be desired considering the micro scale. Speaking of, we've got a micro version of the Space Bus from Dreams. This specific version was part of an in-store make and take build at LEGO stores in August 2023, and moving up ever so slightly, we have a monthly LEGO store mini build from 2016 of a school bus. However, once again, this ain't gonna be fitting many students, so therefore it's an insufficient means of transport and will just not do. Now jumping outside the box, we've got Miss Fritter from the Cars 3 set, Thunder Hollow Crazy 8 Race. This school bus has come to life and taken on a different occupation in a demolition derby. Despite being very different, I actually love this design, and it makes me really sad to have missed out on this epic Cars 3 set. Now our next two school buses are shockingly the only two to be included in sets that actually have a school. Unfortunately, this somewhat takes away from the size of the school bus builds, however they're still pretty great. The city school bus has a unique functionality to open up the back and act as a ramp for the inclusive purposes of students in wheelchairs, which is amazing to see. Otherwise, the school bus has a fairly simple exterior design, and the interior only has room for the driver, a single seat, and a spot for the wheelchair student, so to say the least, there aren't going to be a lot of students going on this bus, and they're either going to be sleeping over at the school or their parents are going to be picking them up. On the flip side, for Friends, their school bus has highlights of light purple, and even the stop sign has switched colors, which I don't think is legal, but I suppose I'll let it slide. However, this bus does allow to have 4 students seated along with the driver, so it does have a bit more space than the city school bus, but I'd still say they're pretty equal in my eyes. Following this, we've got our second to last school bus, Mr. Oz's Space Bus from LEGO Dreams. Despite this being a massive departure from a traditional school bus, I honestly dig it, with the mixture of space and school bus combined making for a very unique design. It also has 3 designated seats in the school bus section of the build, but you can fit a whole lot more minifigures throughout the entirety of the set. I really love the stickers along the side with school covered by space and the S on the bus replaced by the Z's from the Dreams logo. You can gain easy access to the main seating compartment in the school bus section, with both sides being able to open up with storage for weapons and seating for students. Then you have the pilot seating at the front of the build where Mr. Oz can drive the space bus, and I will say it's cool to see a teacher driving the bus, and we'll see this again in the final school bus set. In addition, there is space in the back for a bonus mini vehicle to be stored, and can even drive out on the ramp, which is really cool. You'll also notice the very subtle weaponry and engines on the exterior, which adds an epicness I never thought to be possible on a school bus. However, now let's move to the grand finale, which is the set that I consider to be the best LEGO school bus, the Paranormal Intercept Bus 3000 from the Hidden Side theme. Now, don't get me wrong, this is definitely not your traditional school bus, but it's genuinely one of the closest to the real thing. You can make a few modifications even, and this bus'll be bussin'. Hopefully I'm using that term correctly. Anyway, it also actually kind of reminds me of the LEGO Ninjago movie bus, so that's a great tie-in considering the focus of our channel. Nonetheless, let's dive into the details. I love the front of this bus with the school bus sign and the letters crossed out to say cool bus. Otherwise, it is a bit busy with the stud blasters popping out of the hood, but it is meant to be catching ghosts, so it only makes sense. And moving along the sides you have a door for the driver to enter, which in this case would be JB, a scientist and science teacher. Then you'll see 2 sections that could be pulled open from each side, and you can find some paranormal tech to help defend the students. Now once you close both of those, you'll see a ladder along one side to climb up onto the roof, where you'll find some more paranormal tech, which looks very fancy but could also easily be removed to create a more standard school bus design. You may have also noticed the wheels at the back of the bus are a bit larger than those at the front, which give it a bit of an elevated angle. Now the way you can access the seating in this set is phenomenal. You don't even have to lift off the roof or try to fit your fingers through the windows. Nope, you can just simply slide it out the back, thus allowing you full access to the seating. Now this is amazing, and despite there only being 2 seats, I can honestly forgive it because they have some great details with a microscope, a computer with a keyboard, and even a mouse. I absolutely love this level of detail, and there is even another laptop with a screen showing ghosts on it, which is so cool. You can also push the windows open from the side of the bus, and when you're finished, the interior clips right back in, so you don't have to worry about it sliding out of the back of the bus. Overall, this set is spectacular and definitely, in my opinion, the best LEGO school bus that we've gotten thus far. Now, to close out the video, I'm gonna suggest a few school buses that we definitely need to receive in the future from LEGO. First up is one of the most iconic, of course, the Magic School Bus. It's a no-brainer, and there are plenty of them on the LEGO Ideas site, so be sure to vote for your favorites to make it into a reality, because that would be so cool. Following this, of course, we also need the Battle Bus from Fortnite to become a set, and yes, definitely not a traditional school bus, but when you're in the game, you're definitely schooling some players in the Battle Royale, so I would say it's pretty fitting. Finally, I think we just need a set dedicated to a classic school bus, designed at the scale of the Hidden Side set, and with a plethora of seating, a traditional look, because thus far, we're definitely lacking a bit in this department, so it's definitely something I hope to see in the future from LEGO and would fit really well in a city build. Now, I think I just heard the bell ring, so you better get to your next class, because that concludes our lesson for today. Make sure to do your homework, click that like button, subscribe, and come back for next class, because we'll have another video on Masters of Brick Jitsu, and always remember to keep on collecting.